Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. It is Thursday, the 13th of December. Completely crazy. I know I've been saying that a lot lately. And we are celebrating episode 108 of the Coffee Run today. So, yay, go us. We are all amazing. Something that I wanted to talk with you about today is something that tends to happen. Good morning, Tamara. Tends to happen when we're starting out, when we're trying something perhaps a little bit different. Things that tend to happen when people are thinking that they're being helpful for you, which is not always necessarily true. And the topic of today's call, or conversation rather, is all about dealing with unsolicited feedback. Good morning, Kate. Good morning, Tamara. That is a lot of coffee. You're right. Yay! We're lucky we love coffee. So I guess the way that this tends to come up is you'll start putting yourself out there more. So if we talk in the world of marketing and content marketing particularly, what tends to happen is we'll have some really great ideas and we might be talking to our friends or family or peers about what it is that we're looking at doing, or perhaps what it is that we're thinking of creating and stuff like that. And often what will happen without you asking is they'll say, oh, I don't think that will work. Or you want to charge how much? Or, yeah, I wouldn't give you my information for that. Or really, I don't really kind of get it. Are you sure the internet is the way that you should be going, and blah, 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 all the other stuff. So what tends to happen is, particularly when we've got these new ideas, is we'll go, that have been unproven for us, right? We'll go, oh, wow, this sounds really great. I think it'd be really awesome for my audience. I think it'd be really brilliant for blah, blah, blah. And then we're excited about it. So we tend to share it with people and they will kind of go, we've got this little flower that's growing through the cracks, and they just kind of go, bleh, tromp on it. And most of the time, I don't know about you, for me, if I've had this happen, it's just kind of been like, oh, it's like I might as well be a balloon and someone's got a pin and just gone like bang. So it's like, far out. There goes my freaking motivation. There goes my excitement. There goes my inspiration bubble, and you kind of feel like you're back to square one again. The other thing that can happen, and I've seen this happen multiple times with people, particularly when you start doing your Facebook Lives. So the thing with Facebook Lives is they are specifically done for your audience, right? And it's about you doing what I'm doing right now. It's about you getting on camera, talking to your audience, talking to your people, educating, motivating, inspiring, entertaining, hopefully somewhere along the way. And what can happen, and I've seen this happen with my clients, and this is actually a conversation that I have a lot with my clients, where they'll say, oh my God, such and such, this friend of mine was watching my live and she basically said that I don't understand what the fuck you're talking about. Or you're just rambling and I don't understand what it is that you're getting at. Or you shouldn't laugh so much on camera. Or you shouldn't have cried on camera. Or it wasn't particularly professional. Or I don't understand what it is you do. I'm exaggerating perhaps sometimes the way that people go, right? But here's the thing, if you're trying to break through your own barriers and they're coming on and essentially piling on their toxic crap on top of your inspiration bubble, your motivation bubble, it can really impact you. It's a bit like getting negative feedback from if you're doing a presentation to a room of people and 99 people say how awesome it was and they're motivated and inspired, and one person's just like, well, I didn't really appreciate that story that you told, or I don't think that will work for me. Here's what happens when we're getting unsolicited feedback when people are trying to help us. it tends to be the very thing that we start to focus on. And then it becomes insidious. So it kind of goes from being this little thing that you just kind of like flick off to perhaps becoming a little bit more like a tattoo that we wear because, it's a bit more permanent and it freaking hurts when you get them. And then it starts to become a little bit more insidious and it starts to erode at your confidence, particularly if you're not dealing with it and nipping it in the bud when it happens. So how do you deal with it? Because I am sure that most of the people who are giving you feedback are probably doing it with the best of intentions. I don't actually think that they're, particularly if they're friends and peers, they're not actively going out to seek you, or they're not actively seeking you out going, you know what, that girl just really needs to pull her head in because, I don't want her overtaking me in the marketing stakes or the competition stakes, or, I'm going to go and derail her marketing, or I'm going to go and derail his business. I don't think they're going out doing this stuff intentionally. I really think they are doing it with the best intentions. That doesn't mean you need to take it on though. All right. So, hi Leanne, good morning. Happy Thursday. So the way that I would deal with it is this. If you've got someone who says, oh, I saw your live the other day, or I saw your marketing, go, oh, okay, thanks. And then just stop talking. And then they'll probably kind of say something. So, oh, thank you. And if they're like, I didn't really understand what it was that you were talking about, then you just say, okay. You don't need to get into the trick and the challenge and the muscle that we need to build here is about not getting defensive, and you've got nothing to prove. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. Just let them be right. A lot of the time we'll try and justify our choices and our decisions to our people because that's what we feel like we need to do. Yeah, and in actual fact, we don't need to justify our decisions or our marketing or our message or anything to anyone. What you will then do is like, if they're like, oh, blah, 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 and they start to run their mouth, I literally imagine that there is in the bank, if you were to go and hold up a bank, I worked for Westpac for 12 years, and one of the stints of time it sounds like I was in jail. One of the jobs that I did while I was there, I was a teller. So you walk in and you give me your money and I'd count it and, chat and jibber jabber. Underneath the counter or in different strategically placed placements was the alarm button, the hold up button. So I remember working in a branch. I was relieving at a branch, and I went to pull my chair in and I accidentally hit the hold up button, and the screens go whoosh. All right, so you're chopped off between the staff people and the customers who are the clients who are in the bank, and it's really terrible because it takes about 15 minutes for the screens to go down. I think I did that twice at that branch. I was not allowed back. It was really embarrassing. I felt really terrible. Anyway, that's a little aside. So the way that I imagine when someone that you're talking to is giving you feedback or trying to be helpful, I imagine that there's this clear screen that just goes whoosh. It's like a fly up screen, but I pretend that it's glass. And then I pretend that the people talking to me are zombies, right? And they're hitting up against that glass and they're like, ugh. And all the blood and the guts and everything are all going down. It's very graphic, right? All the blood and the guts and everything, like all those skins kind of like going on the glass. And it kind of helps you to not really take it so seriously. If I'm having conversations or if I'm in environments where I don't want to be, but I'm there because I need to be for whatever reason that might be, I imagine the zombie wall. I call it the zombie wall. So whoosh, up it goes. I'm just like, yep. And it really helps me to not take whatever it is that's being said or the conversation or whatever personally. So that's one strategy for dealing with it. Another strategy for dealing with unsolicited feedback is if you're saying to your people, whoever it is that's talking to you, whoever it is that's giving it to you, you know what, thank you so much for your input. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Leave it at that. The other thing that you could do is say, well, look, thanks for your input. I really appreciate it. The audience that I'm talking to is actually not you. You know, the audience that I'm talking to is completely different to the situation that you're in, even if it is their situation. And you know what? It's all good. Thanks for your thoughts. Let it go. Sometimes people will come to you as well with different ideas. Oh, I think you should do this. I saw this on the thing and found this on the internet, and I saw this person doing this. You should totally do that. Okay, cool. Thanks. Let it go. So there's some different strategies that you can use dealing with unsolicited feedback. The people that and the same thing can happen via email. If someone gives you a feedback email, you do not have to reply to it. Can you imagine? You don't actually need to reply to emails that you don't want to, right? Or that you don't need to. If it's not a necessity, then don't even worry about it. Just delete. It's fine. Don't let it take you off course. Because sometimes these things are sent to challenge us. They're sent to us to help you build your certainty. They're also often sent as different tests to see how you are going to be able to build your resilience muscle. Yes, I'm going a little bit woo-woo and a little bit universal. So that's that. The people that you really want to be listening to feedback from are people that you are literally paying for advice in a specified area. So if you were to hire me, I would give you feedback on your marketing, on your business model, perhaps on your copywriting, on your strategy, on your marketing plan. I'm not going to give you feedback on what you should do in terms of your company structure, right? I'm not going to give you feedback or input on, I would tell you what I've done, but I'm not going to give you feedback on your nutrition. You know, I might say, oh, look, this is what I do. You know, you could explore it if you wanted. If you had asked me, and that's the key, if you had asked me specifically for my opinion on something, I would give it to you. But we're talking about unsolicited feedback, right? So the people that I listen to in terms of feedback is from my mentor, from paying clients in specific areas and in specific moments and at specific times, but I ask them for their input. They're the only two times that I want feedback. I've got trusted people in my world that I will use as a sounding board. So when I build out the content map that some of you guys have opted in for and received, it's really awesome. It's really freaking awesome. I'm pointing to my wall because you can see that, right? My big wall content map that helps us keep on message, on point for the entire year with our content. I've got a couple of trusted people that I'll say, hey, I've just got the draft of this. And here's the training. Can you just work through it and make sure it makes sense? Is it consistent? Is it clear? Do you think there are any gaps? I am not asking for feedback on the idea, right? I'm more asking for feedback on the actual implementation of it. So when I was in Sydney last week, I created a new little cheat sheet thing, it's to help you write copy. So it's a visible, I've called it a visible copy matrix. And it's really cool. So it helps you I think it's really cool. It's like it helped me with being able to explain how I need you guys to write I don't need you to write your copy, how I think it will make it easier for you to write your copy, for your ads, for your posts, for your emails and stuff like that. So I put that together. Now I might say, so I'm talking to Kate. Thanks for the love, Kate. I'm talking to Kate in 15 minutes. I will probably say to her, hey, here's a copy of the matrix. Can you just work through it? Let's work through it together, and then I'll get you to work through it on your own and let me know how you went with it. Did it bring up any questions? Did it raise any concerns? And did it make sense, really? So that is specific feedback. It's not about, it's solicited feedback. Okay, and then you do with that what you will. So I tend to pay for feedback, and that is mentoring, right? That's why I pay for mentors, because I can't always see the forest for the trees. I had a conversation with my mentor, Janine, on Tuesday, and we were chatting about the things that I offer, the things that I sell, right? How I make money. And she's like, okay, so we've got that, we've got that, we've got that, we've got that, we've got that. Okay, great. So she said, something that I want you to think about is, does this particular thing, can we simplify it? She didn't tell me what I needed to do. She just said, I'm a little bit confused. And if I'm a little bit confused, other people might be a little bit confused. So I just want you to think about it, right? That is important feedback. Yeah. So be really aware that you don't have to take on anything that you don't want to. If someone is trying to give you some feedback or give you their opinion, whether you agree with it or whether you don't, if you don't want to hear it, just go, yep, okay, thank you. And if you're finding it hard to kind of keep that separation, activate, hit that button for the zombie wall, right? Zombie wall button could be like, I imagine that there's like a like in, what is it, X Factor, or that thing that they, like Australia's Got Talent or whatever, they're like, yes, bang, or they're like, no, bang. You're just like, nah, activate zombie wall. There it goes. And then the other thing is that you can also educate your people. So the final piece of this, if it's incessant and it is unhelpful for you with whatever it is that you're working through, you are well within your rights to say to them something like this. Hey, I love you, and I know that you've got my best interests at heart. Here's the thing. I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of different things over the course of the next 12 months. I'm testing a bunch of stuff. I'm going to try a whole load of different things, and a lot of it is probably not going to make sense to you. And please know that that is okay. If I need your opinion or your feedback, I will ask you specifically for it. All I would love from you, to hear from you, is like, wow, you're doing amazingly. Wow, that is really cool. Go you. You know what? You've got this. Your people must love you. If you see my posts online, please click like, please comment, please share, please keep, press the hearts. If you see me going live, give me some thumbs up, give me some hearts, give me some laughs. And you know what? If you can't do that, then that's totally fine. Totally cool. There's no pressure. But please know that I'm going to be trying a bunch of stuff. It won't always make sense. And to be honest with you, I really don't. I really don't need your opinion or your feedback on my work stuff. Thank you. I know you love me, and I really love that you care. Bang. If I was having a conversation with a friend and they spoke to me like that, I'd be like, oh, wow, okay, yep, that makes sense. Maybe what I've been saying hasn't really been on point. Maybe it hasn't been unhelpful. And if they're offended by that, then that's their shit. This is a lesson in boundaries, right? And then the next step that you could do if they really are incessant is you could actually block them from your page. I know it might sound a little extreme, but you can block them from your page. You can just say, look, I'm using this for work. I love you, but, bang. Or you just go and block them and you don't even need to tell them, and they won't even see it and it won't even matter. And if they're offended by that, then again, that's their shit, not yours, because you will have had that conversation. So you've built in the boundary. If they just won't stop, then that's that for you. So there you go, guys. It is a bit of a longer coffee run today. Golly gosh, glad I've got my big coffee. Have an amazing Thursday. Thank you for all of your birthday wishes yesterday. It was my birthday yesterday. My bit of a milestone. I turned 30. Plus 10. And I had a really great day. So thank you for letting me play hooky I found it really hard, and I did go to the movies with my family during the day on a work day. It was really great. I had a really great day. So you guys have a great day. Get out there and help some people. Get visible. Hello, Anya. Lovely to see you. And really just up the ante. Tomorrow we are doing Circle of Love. So come armed and ready with something that you have done really well with this week. I don't even care what it is. Good morning, Joe. It might be that you've been really great with your nutrition or with your exercise, or you've got all your Christmas shopping done, or you bought your first Christmas present, or you decided not to do any Christmas presents. Whatever it is, something that you've done really well this week. I'd love for you to share with us as well something that you've seen someone else do really well this week. Pick someone to champion. Pick someone to shine a spotlight on for one reason or another. And then the third thing is, what are you celebrating? What is something that's just been really, really awesome for you this week? So something you have done really well, something someone else has done really well, and something that you're celebrating that you've really excelled in. And we'll roll on in. We've got a big weekend plan and all of that. So I'm really excited on all of the things. I think it's going to be a really great day. I think it's going to be a really great end to the week, and we're going to have a beautiful weekend. So take care, everyone. Get out there, help some people, get visible, and have a ton of fun doing it. Talk to you tomorrow.